Ippo's current new transformation is insane. In the current Hajime no Ippo manga storyline, Ippo is preparing Mashiba for his upcoming world title fight against the lightweight world champion Marcus Rosario. He's a total psycho who bears a deep hatred for Mashiba for reasons that we still do not know. Ippo noticed that Mashiba's training for this crucial title fight wasn't sufficient to secure a victory against Rosario. As a result, Ippo took matters into his own hands and decided to train himself to become Mashiba's sparring partner in the preparation for the fight. However, something unexpected occurred. With Ippo's training, he became too powerful and acquired a new ability that could potentially demolish his upcoming opponents. The events unfolding in the manga are among the most significant chapters we have seen in a long time. In this video, I will explain why Ippo's newfound power will make him more dangerous than ever before and also make his comeback more exciting. In the current storyline, Mashiba is the next character to have his world title fight against Marcus Rosario. Rosario is a dangerous infighter who isn't afraid to engage in head-to-head brawls and brazenly cheats during his fights, not necessarily to secure a victory but for the sheer thrill of it. To make matters even more challenging, Rosario is a natural southpaw, meaning his dominant arm is his left and he employs a completely different stance compared to orthodox boxers. Facing the southpaw can pose a significant challenge for opponents who have never trained against one. The angles from which Rosario's heavy punches come are unpredictable, and the footwork and movements of southpaws diverge from those boxers with conventional stances. Rosario is in short Mashiba's worst possible matchup. Mashiba's hitman stance and flicker jabs become practically useless when Rosario manages to close the distance. He can easily employ dirty tactics such as headbutting or elbowing while quickly weaving in. What makes it even more challenging for Mashiba is that he has never faced a southpaw boxer before, which puts him off guard when dealing with an opponent with a dominant left arm. Upon observing Rosario's boxing style, Ippo quickly recognized the kind of fighter he is. A fast infighter who moves his head with the agility reminiscent of the Dempsey roll. It is also interesting to note that there are a few similarities between Rosario and Ippo. They both are fast infighters with the Dempsey roll in their arsenal, as well as the gazelle punch. However, their most significant difference lies in their stances. Rosario is a natural southpaw with a dominant left arm, while Ippo follows the orthodox style with the peekaboo technique. Ippo shared his concerns about Mashiba's unfavorable matchup with Takamura, seeking a suitable sparring partner for Mashiba. In response, Takamura suggested that Ippo should become Mashiba's sparring partner since Ippo already unconsciously switches his stances while performing his Dempsey roll. This adaptability would make it easier for Ippo to learn the southpaw stance. With this, we are witnessing a training montage depicting Ippo's journey of transitioning to a southpaw stance. Now, you might be wondering why facing a southpaw boxer is such a significant challenge. Well, natural southpaws are a rarity, and most fighters are right-handed with their dominant arm being the right one. Thus, preparing to face a southpaw opponent becomes challenging if a boxer doesn't have experience with a southpaw stance. Additionally, the southpaw's dominant arm being the left creates a stark contrast in punch angles and stance, which can be disorienting for fighters used to right-handed opponents. In the Hajime no Ippo series, southpaw boxers tend to create tough matchups for their opponents. For instance, Sando faced difficulties against Shigeta, a southpaw boxer, until Shigeta started to trash talk Sando, in which Sando took it personally and almost killed him. Similarly, in the case of Antonio Guevara, Ippo suffered a notorious loss because he wasn't in the right state of mind, and Guevara's southpaw stance confused Ippo's approach, leading to his defeat. Having trained for the southpaw stance, Ippo is determined to assist Mashiba by becoming a sparring partner. Coach Komogawa was initially reluctant to allow a retired boxer like Ippo to help someone preparing for a world title bout, especially considering Ippo is 2 weight classes below Mashiba. However, he eventually changed his mind, recognizing Ippo's unwavering determination. When Ippo proposed the idea at Mashiba's gym, both Mashiba and his trainer were initially also highly against the idea of a retired boxer who is not a natural southpaw and 2 weight classes below, helping Mashiba prepare for his world title fight. Ippo then unintentionally started to disrespect them by expressing concerns that he might unintentionally harm Mashiba during their sparring sessions. This was enough to piss Mashiba and his coach off, so they wanted to beat Ippo a little bit up for his comments. Ippo, now fully geared up, stepped into the ring and their showdown began. Mashiba initiated the confrontation by throwing his flicker jabs, while Ippo, now in his southpaw stance, attempted to close in on Mashiba. However, he was struggling to bridge the gap between them. Itagaki then noticed that Ippo was still wearing weighted wristbands on his legs, which interrupted the fight to ensure a fair competition. With the resumed match, Mashiba was caught off guard by Ippo's newfound speed and ability to close the distance swiftly. Ippo began pushing Mashiba, forcing him to take the fight seriously. Mashiba increased his pace, pace, but Ippo's speed and determination continued to overwhelm him. Eventually, Ippo managed to shove Mashiba into the ropes, leaving Mashiba's trainer in absolute shock. The trainer, witnessing a retired boxer who was 2 weight classes below and using his stance for the first time, push a world-ranked Mashiba to his limits, realized the immense potential of Ippo. He noted that Ippo moved like a natural southpaw and insisted that Mashiba take Ippo seriously. This encounter confirmed how much stronger Ippo had become since he retired. In the past, when he sparred with Mashiba, he constantly took hits and initially lost his sparring match. Now he was flawlessly employing a brand new stance, pushing a world-ranked Mashiba to his limits. Ippo's newfound power-up holds immense promise for his future as both a trainer and boxer. When it comes to helping others, Ippo is one of the most selfless characters in the series. He willingly embraces training routines he's never attempted before. He dedicated himself to analyzing other boxers to become a better second during matches, improved his defense, and fine-tuned his left jab to ensure his students could easily grasp the fundamentals of boxing. Now that he's mastered the southpaw stance, he's eager to perfect it and share his experience with his fellow gym mates, ensuring they won't be troubled when facing southpaw opponents. As for Ippo's potential comeback as an active boxer, this new stance represents a significant power boost. Boxers who employ non-orthodox stances have historically been viewed as formidable threats during their careers, and now Ippo possesses the ability to seamlessly switch between stances during his bouts. This unique skill allows him to catch opponents off guard, potentially leading to easier victories and making him a force to be reckoned with. Furthermore, the switch stance technique, transitioning between orthodox and southpaw stances, has historically helped boxers like Mike Tyson compete at the highest level. It allows them to confuse opponents, making it difficult to predict their punches or strategies. Ippo's newfound proficiency in this southpaw stance holds a great promise for his future performances. This development will also give Ippo more self-confidence in his return to the ring. Ippo has often seen himself as inferior to others and enters the fight as a challenger, doubting his own abilities. However, his evolution into a resilient infighter with exceptional defensive skills and the ability to switch stances is groundbreaking in the world of boxing. With the right attitude and mindset, Ippo could aim for the undefeated world featherweight champion himself, Ricardo Martinez. While Martinez may have faced a variety of opponents with unique strengths in his career, he likely has never encountered a boxer like Ippo before. This technique has the potential to single-handedly catapult Ippo back onto the world title scene. These accomplishments alone are more than sufficient to position him as the top contender in the world of boxing, making him a formidable candidate for the world title shot. The exact method by which Ippo will incorporate the stance switching technique into his comeback remains uncertain, but if he can utilize it to confuse his opponents, he could become an unstoppable force in the ring. What are your thoughts on Ippo's new power-up? Please share your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you have enjoyed this video then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Hajime no Ippo content. I'm the Reading Crow and thanks for watching.